Last on my list, China. We went up the Yangtze River into Shanghai. This is back in the day when China was nowhere near as developed. It was not open to the Western world. It was very closed shop. Really fascinating. It was underdeveloped. Everybody rode push bikes. Nobody had a car. And again, I managed to get on some tours. I ended up going to a tapestry factory where they were weaving silk. That was quite amazing. I was also able to get on a steam train ride into some ruins, and I cannot remember what they were called. Again, I'll have it noted somewhere. And it was a really long steam train ride. And I can remember being just stood on the platform as this old steam train comes with the hammer and sickle on the front of the cab. And then it's all wooden carriages with waitress service. It is the place that I've probably had the very best cup of tea that I've ever had, served up in a really lovely china bowl with no handle and just big tea leaves laid out on the base of the china cup. And you could just see the infusion working as you're travelling along. It was just incredible. Again, it was just the whole exposure to a completely different way of doing life to what I'd been used to and what I'd grown up in. And I think all of these things, all of these little things that the Navy sort of seeded in terms of our travel, start to shape your thinking, and they start to open your mind as well to other opportunities and to other cultures and to other ways of considering how to do things. And so I think that travel, if you allow it, is a really good way to actually broaden not only your physical horizons, but your mental horizons.
When were you there?
85, 86, maybe.
The film Empire of the Sun, based on J.G. Ballard's book, excellent book, that was 87. It was the first time a major Western film unit had gone into China to film. Spielberg wanted that famous concourse, I don't know what they call it, along the river, beautiful, famous buildings. So you would have been perhaps the first to go there for a long time, weren't you?
We were the first warship in there, sort of forever type of thing, you know, and it was a very, very big thing that they had let the Royal Navy in. I can remember coming alongside, and stood on the jetty there was the ambassador, or one of the diplomats from China who was stood there. And he was your archetypal 1930s, 1940s, overseas colonial office type of looking chap, with the beige trousers and the straw boater and the dicky bow and the cane. And it was just like stepping back into something like from the Agatha Christie era. It was incredible. And the Chinese were incredibly hospitable as well. We had some massive banquets put on for us, and we went out to all these places where we were all sat round the tables, and every time you raised a glass, you had to make a toast. And so the lads caught on really quickly that if you made a toast, everybody had to drink. So everybody was making the toast, and it would be, to Her Majesty the Queen, yeah, toast, yeah. To the Duke of Edinburgh, yeah, toast, yeah. To Prince Charles, oh yeah. And you work your way through the whole royal family and everybody that was a hanger-on in the royal family just to raise a glass. And so it was quite spectacular in that regard. So different. And I've got some amazing photographs that I took. Well, I think they were amazing. Some of the things that I captured had resonance with me. Going back to that tapestry place that I went to, one of the girls there, I was watching her, and she was weaving a silk picture of Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth. She had done all of her face and got down to the top half of her shoulders. And that was just brilliant. So, you know, took some photographs of her doing this sort of stuff.